Hello, this is Pixie doing a video. How are you? Just thoughts of going to the OMAD intermittent fasting today. I've been doing a bit of fruits, and I haven't been eating meat so much, and probably protein. What the hell have I had today? I sort of think. Yeah, I had some chocolate, and I had an energy drink. That's glucose, sugars. There's no protein in it. And I'll be eating a lot of cooked up fruit. There may be a little bit, there's a bit of custard and some cream maybe in there, but there is a certain range in the dairy spectrum. But there's no real protein there. There's some fats, and the majority is fructose and a bit of some glucose. Glucose in the morning, that's coming down fructose. So the other thing is the body uses these free energy sources, breaks down protein, breaks down fats, and it also uses sugars, which it can modulate between different types slightly, but it's all good. So my plan is to sort of try to use it. I guess I'm looking for a bit of biohacking. Jesus, vans and lorries up my backside. Yeah, use it for biohacking. Basically, our understanding of fructose in the liver is it can only store and process so much, and then if it's got too much there, it turns into fats. That may be true. But what might also be true is if the body only knows it's getting one type of food source coming in, it will adapt, and so you'll get a fructogenesis. There was a thing about people that have basically they're on a high fruitarian diet, and they should in theory be fat or have loads of health problems. But what happens is they seem fairly healthy, and there's no issues, because the body's had to adapt to producing its own fats up quicker. So they don't have enough time to generate any fats, and they probably don't have much in their body anyway. Some chemical, certain hormones, certain things in fats and oils, you can only really get from that animal, or I guess there's probably some plant alternative. The body can manufacture stuff inside it, but yet again, that's another genesis thing, that the body needs to learn how to substitute something that it doesn't get outside of itself, or recycle its own materials to ensure that certain chemical reactions happen in the body. It's just a protocol of the way the body wants to survive and function. So the homeostasis of a human may be in a sort of set sort of structure of what you can call normal. So that's when the doctors look at this as a normal person. This is how your body should function. But we all have our own little template, and we all sort of jig and alter it. Like some people have got allergies to things, some people haven't. Some people lose allergies, some people gain allergies. So that's to do with the immune system, or the kind of the maintenance system of the body and how it responds to threats. But it also changes, so there isn't a clear-cut way of looking at it. And that's the same for your body processing fats, and different sugar types, and protein as well, and different fat types as well. So the body has to learn how to switch between different fats. The best way to sort of encourage this type of genesis is to basically sort of restrict or limit it to a set food group or food source until the body sort of adapts a way of processing it better, And the only way you can really tell that is how you feel. Like, people put like oils on their salad, and so they're trying to put some sort of oils and fats into their food and add it to their salad. Then the body's got to learn a way to process that effectively. But we shouldn't automatically assume if you eat lots of olive oil it's going to be great for you, because yet again it comes down to the individual's ability to process a food type, and how their bodies learn its internal intelligence and also its resources. That are built up in the body. So that's one thing. So the genesis, like I say, I'm eating loads of fruit, but I'm still getting very hungry. I'm getting very hungry because my body's saying, hey, we usually have quite high fats. Where are they? Where are they? So it's certain things you do to shut it down. 'Cause I guess what's normal is we have a certain pattern. Oh, I could have voiced down there. That's my point. Swear on the camera, naughty. So the body, yeah, the panic happens when it's not there, it's what it's looking for, and so it triggers things. But I feel like it's pulling in. The other thing as well, fatty livers, when you restrict it to the fructose and the body doesn't have the same fats, it needs to use fats, because the function of fructose involves the liver a lot as well, it's already very bioactive, and so it will start breaking down the fats around it. So I'm starting to feel a bit more slimmer around my liver. It could be because I'm eating less and it's quicker to process as well. It's more fibrous fruits and stuff as well, which is good. But I basically have been sticking to a pattern, so I'm very much dairy and protein. So if I push it into the other area, then I have a more effective body. And I'm thinking, how many other people have that? It could be that they don't, because the body's storing extra energy around there, but if it's got fructose, it may decide, well, we need fats, so we've got fats here, let's get rid of that, and we can fill up on our glycogen for the liver in our fructose form, and get rid of the extra energy. That's the idea. It's just an energy switch, because there's a reason why the liver's fatty. It needs to store some extra energy for some purpose. And there's a lot of people out there, young people, who've got fatty livers. Now, it could be because they've had toxins build up there. It could be there's liver damage from where they've drunk alcohol. But I think a lot of it's to do with processed food and the lack of fructose, quality fructose in their food, and not this modified stuff they chuck out. And so there's issues there. So I'm just going to have to go through the motions and try it out. So I'm looking at kind of OMADs that are key factors towards a more one type of food. I guess really is what happens with people with autism as well, is that they target certain foods, mental health, autism and other things, is to target using one type of food to not overloading it with lots of others. Complex chemicals and processed foods. But there's other factors to it, like glutens, things like that with autism, grains and stuff. So I can separate things out, and then use the intermittent fasting as well. And the way I think is it's like gears. So all I'm doing is it's having different functions. So it's going down a different pathway. We've got this food, process it, because even though we label them protein, sugars, so on, they're different from each other. That's the thing. I mean, the glycogen in meat isn't going to be the same as what it was from sugar cane. There's no way you're going to store exactly the same chemical in your body. So whatever's it you've got there is a version of it, but it must be at a molecular level slightly different. It can't be exactly the same. It's impossible. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes, really. And I guess really, and also I mentioned in a previous video, which I'm going to upload at some point, or before or after this one, about mood changes, and that could be from food changes as well. So my body's saying, well, we ain't got this low energy source here, so we've got this high burning source, and it may switch to preferring one than the other, but I have to switch them back as well. And like I said, I go into the genesis stuff is important as a biofunction. And something else I saw today was someone with a large wart on the head, and I was thinking that's the fruiting body, isn't it? So there must be like a mycelium connection from that fungus inside her body. So it's got bigger. So I'm assuming it's probably not limited to this thing on this growth that's growing out. It's also growing in. It's feeding off nutrients. And that's where you get people who've got multiple ones appear on their face. It may be because they scratched the fruiting body and passed it over like that, or it could be that it's travelling through the skin, the dermis level. So it's all really fascinating stuff, and I mean, is that a bad thing or not? I think you need to keep it under control, but there may be different types of warts and fungus and stuff that lives in the body. There's probably some things we're not even aware of. You know, they say with different viruses that can live in your body, and when one lives in there, the other's not welcome. And the same with parasites. Parasites leave a sort of chemical way of communicating. So when another one enters the body, it can offset another parasite. So things, I haven't bought one yet. I was thinking about some leech, and it puts all these different chemicals into your body. 200 different types. One of them deals with the anticoagulant of not blocking, of clotting in your body or blocking up arteries. So that's kind of anticoagulant that lasts for about 24 hours. So you're still continuing bleeding slightly from this chemical. But there's other things must be to do with the immune system not attacking or reacting to the body, anti-inflammatories, because the thing wants as much blood as it can out of it. It's just got things in there, and it may be some other things as well. It may be that because it feeds on different life forms, it's also got a different chemical set that works with that particular host being, I guess. Because a leech can feed on other fish and all sorts of things. So yeah, there's a different makeup there. And I need to also, kind of in that theme, is I need to use my Rife machine with a bit of some frequencies at some point. My idea is I was thinking about setting myself up with a new laptop for certain functions, and then it would just run that as well, because it'd be more effective. I've got a thing where my graphic card sounds like it's making funny noises and stuff. So yeah, that's my plans. Anyway, that's a more positive focus, and I think we're the pioneers of. There's a lot of research from scientists, but you're the pioneers to actually deliver from means testing a diet, food and so on, or medication or medicinal products. And the intermittent fasting lets you see it as it is, and it gives you a kind of homeostasis reset at certain levels, or the opportunity to hack and almost rebuild certain functions in the body, biofunctions. So anyway, this is Pixie signing off this video, and have a great one.